Something's moving over there. Something is moving slowly. Hear that noise? What is that? Okay, so I am super excited because after many weeks delay, I'm finally going to be able to get out to Area C to do an investigation, just a quick one this evening. I've been there casually with my family, but now I'm on my own, got my gear on, and I've got my trap camera as well, in case I find a good spot to put that out. And I'm ready. I've got my 3D scanner app on my phone, in case I come across any footprints. But I'm about to get on the road. It's literally only about 10 minutes from where I live, so let's get on the road and I'll see you on the other side. So here I am at Area C. This is not the part of Area C that I intended to be, but thank you Google Maps. I did see that there's an accident on the main A road, which caused me to come via the country lanes and actually happen upon this spot that I wasn't even going to come to. I was going to go to the main car park and find a quiet trail, but this is solitude. You'll see the majestic photos, I'll put those up, are beautiful down the valley to the estuary, which is as much I'll say about where I am. But there's nobody here. I think got some sign that maybe a mountain bike went through here earlier, but this time of day, early evening, there's no one here. As you can see, it's pretty squatchy. Thick spruce behind me, spruce that way. We got some deciduous. I see some ash here, some sycamore. I saw something that looked like acacia leaves over there, but that's probably somebody discarding their garden clippings. Yeah, so it's just me. I'm gonna look for sign, maybe do some calls on wood knocks. Being that this is merry old England, this is as strapped as I can be, which is a multi-tool with a 3-inch folding blade. In case I get thrown in jail for 20 years. But that's another conversation. If I was in America, you know, I'd be a lot more equipped. Let's say that. Let's hope the Bigfoot, the alien big cats, or any of the cryptids around here are nice and friendly. Otherwise, it's just me, a small blade, and some BJJ and boxing moves. I am hoping to make friends and get onto some private woodland where I can be more prepared, where I can camp and be strapped up, like with some 12 gauge and some buckshot at least. But you know, you got to be brave to be a cryptozoologist. So I'm gonna get going, check back in with you guys with a second and see what we find. Well, the first thing I'm finding is rabbit droppings, which is a good sign. Lots and lots of them, because what that means is prey items. So I've got the path that goes up there, and I've got the main path. I haven't even put my jungle formula on. Well, that's good because it makes me less smelly, but it doesn't keep the ticks away. But yeah, you can always pick them off later. Honestly, this place is so squatchy. I can see a dark shape down there. It could be a squatch, and there is nobody out here. Okay, we got an alarm call going off, which is me, because of me. Other than that, it's really quiet around here. So what I'm going to do is, because I've not been here before, stick to the main trail. Plus I'm a little bit pooped after a long day at work, and that one is pretty steep. It just is amazing. It's this kind of British rainforest habitat, but I'm going to keep my voice down a bit and see what we find. Okay, we got garbage, signs of human beings, so people do come up here. Scoping this out in the day, obviously, so I get used to it. 100% will be coming back here soon after dark, because it looks very, very good. Probably a composite trek, we'll leave that one alone. Cliff Barackman warned me about those. Just really very thick pine forest. Okay, we've got horse. Horse riders come through here. It's not recent. See, the mud is even still a bit moist around here. It's been so hot in the UK. Had like multiple 28 degree, 30 degree days, which is not usual. So it's pretty old. Must have been done when it was moist. Got what looks like mountain bike trails. I did used to ride mountain bikes. I look at these trails, totally want to get a nice full sus bike again, because some awesome trails around here. That is horse poo. So people are riding horses down here. In fact, it's everywhere. I think we got some mountain bikers up there. Going fast and look like they were gliding, but I doubt it's Bigfoot. Not sure where they went. I mean, I can hear what sounds like a chainsaw or a dirt bike over that way. They were mountain bikers. They're very silent. I didn't hear any like buzz of chains, pedaling, shouting. I only presume it was because I saw the trails and the tracks, but my goodness, if that was two Sasquatch that just ran by there, then I pretty much missed it. Grey coloured, browny coloured, it wasn't bright clothes. But just gonna go back a bit, see if I meet any bikers coming out. That was interesting. I mean, it was like a blur, like bikers, but bikes going on trails together, they're normally communicating, you know, saying, hey, you know, enjoying the trail. You can hear them as they go across bumps, the suspension clanging, you can hear chains buzzing, because, you know, I used to be a mountain bike. I rode downhill in this forest. Oh, that's strange. Well, I said I wasn't going to go up there, and I certainly don't want to be on the trail if two downhill mountain bikers fly down here. But I mean, other than that one alarm call, and probably a chainsaw off in that direction, it's really very, very quiet in here. That was mountain bikers that didn't come down here. Man, it's a nice trail though. Oh my days for my mountain bike viewers. Can't see like anybody's been down here recently. This is awesome trails. Absolutely awesome downhill. Look at that single track. That tree's down, obviously it's been cut. Go up a little further. What was that? Oh yeah. Yeah, we got mountain bikers. Just heard a voice, so I'm gonna get off the trail before they run into me. Oh, definitely a voice. Man, these trails are awesome. Okay, mystery solved. Must be local kids from the couple villages nearby. Because there are no other cars, but had me thinking for a minute. That was interesting. Just to see like a brown and a grey blur. Looked like it was gliding along very fast, and not to hear any voices. And then to hear, well, it was definitely a mammal. And then I thought, was that a Bigfoot screeching? Nope, just young humans. Anyway, let's keep on going. Yeah, and I didn't feel the feeling that there was a large predator around, or something that doesn't want you there, which I've felt before. Now, of course, I'm making the assumption that that wasn't Sasquatch imitating children, because we do hear stories about them being mimics. So we're going to rule that out. Occam's razor. It's most likely a couple of kids after dinner, mountain biking, and the trails are awesome. And they probably just, you know, pushed up the hill from a local village. But it is super squatchy in here. If you go to like the, not touristy, but like the main public parts of this wood, it can be crawling with people. But we're talking about a tract of forest that is, you know, it's patchy in places, but in total it's 8.5 miles long, a couple of miles wide. It's big, so you're going to find places where there's going to be no people for most of the day, all of the day, and definitely not in the night time. So I'm just going to push on a little bit. The ground is so dry here. It's just not conclusive at all to tracks, unless they're old and they were made when it was wet and it dried up nicely. Do hear more birds singing, more normal noises, but it's about this area from whence we heard what sounded like a howl, kind of late evening. There's a spider web, it's my hat. Yeah. It was probably coming from up here at elevation, echoing down the valley. Was it a kid? Was it Bigfoot? I don't know, but I'm going to get far enough in that, oh, so much horse poo. Definitely a lot of riders coming down here. It's getting steeper. I'm going to get far enough in so that when I do a call, hopefully it won't bother anybody. Anybody won't think someone's in distress. I might take this branch here for wood knocks. It looks pretty solid. There we go. It might only last up to a couple, but again, I wasn't prepared for a night investigation, so I'm not going to stay here till it's dark, but I definitely will another time. I think I could stealth camp here quite comfortably and see what comes by. Maybe cook some bacon, see what's drawn in. Alright. Kind of have to remind myself this is England, because people think we don't have any wilderness here, we don't have any woods. It's very, very Pacific Northwesty here. There's all sorts. There's trees that don't quite look native. Tonight it's humid in here because it's been so warm, and very, very thick. It's still fairly bright. The sun is going down, but it's, you know, it's pretty thick pine in here. Up there, this brush as well. Very, very rocky. Must have been when it's wet, the water comes down here and tears this up. It looks organic. rather than somebody's laid all this down here. Rather this is water doing this. But yeah, it's just like temperate rainforest in here, super humid. Ferns. That's not a type of fern I've ever seen before. Look at that. If you know what type of fern that is, let me know. I'm not the best at botany, TBH. You know, it's coming out of a bracken fern, but it's not a bracken fern. It's beautiful. Keep on thinking spider on the back of my neck. It's just the, for some reason this hat has a couple of little ribbons in it. Don't ask me why. Yeah, I've never seen a fern like that. There's another one here. It's not a typical lamb's tongue. Different species I'm not familiar with. Let me know in the comments. Not a bracken fern, not a lamb's tongue. I'm actually going to use this stick as a hiking stick. You probably can't tell on camera, but it's super steep. Oh yeah, here we go. Ridge Ride Trail. These are mountain bike trails. All mountain bike trails, no entry, so I can't walk that way. Well, things about these trails, I mean, this is obviously right away. They can be active in the day, in the summer evenings and on the weekend. Come nightfall, there's no one out here. I mean, you know, with headlamps, the trails are just too gnarly, trust me, to be wanting to come out here. So, I need to check the map later, which part of this forest I've come out on. I was hoping to be far from civilization, somewhere in the 8.5 miles where I wouldn't see anybody, or I haven't seen anybody face to face. But those are some mountain bikers. That's a former trail. Alright, just trying to find somewhere. Sticking to the main trail because I've never been here. Sometimes I do go off piste, more familiar climbs, but tonight that's not wise because get turned around, nightfall comes out here. Like I said, a couple of miles wide that way, 8.5 miles that way. I know this trail. I've walked on here before. Yep. Yeah, so the main car park is down there. So I'm really amongst civilization, more than I'd like to be. Yeah, so I remember coming here, just seeing two ladies look like joggers. I remember coming up here, thinking that looks squatchy. But again, this is the main trail now. This is where everybody comes. Fun fact, I did see a raven up there when I came here. Heard it before I saw it. This place is way too open. I'm just going to check to see if I can find the spot where the where I thought I found what looked like a juvenile Bigfoot print. I think it was over here. It's probably long gone, but I just want to double check it here. Yeah, I see dog walkers as well. I ended up in the bit I didn't want to be, where all the people are. The main trail. It doesn't mean that there ain't any Bigfoots in this forest, but they are not going to be chilling around here in particular. So I really want to just find that bit where I found the impressions in the mud. And if you look down here, you know, you've just got to compensate that kids with Wellington boots on are going to want to be jumping in these trails, in this mud. So what you need to look for is if it has toes, because either that's somebody wearing like Vibram 5 fingers or it's something else. But you know, we're looking for something with no arch in it, looking for something very distinct in its morphology. I think this was a spot. Let me get there. Okay, I can't find the spot, and I don't want to be where the folks are, to be honest. So I'm gonna go back down my trail and try and just cut off a bit and stay away from this area. Have Bigfoot been seen in close proximity to people? Yes, they have. Have they been seen in daylight? Yes, they have. Is that the most probable way of sighting them? No, it's not. So this, you know, it's a bridleway. It's got interesting smells. I pretty much have my bearings here. You can't walk down there. I'm going to turn to look for away from the ground. For ground is just two dry footprints, and these are all large trees. I'm going to look for tree breaks. I'm going to look for stick structures. But again, the closer you get to people, the more likely that's just people, you know, larking around. So, or forestry management. So I will get down to somewhere a bit more off-piste and check back in with you. Okay, the deer trails are really overgrown, but I am gonna try and get down one. Just, you know, there's a field down there. There's all these lumps of flint everywhere. See if we can get down here, somewhere really off-piste. Oh, something's flattened that fern. Well, what did that? Oh, some indentation, some scrapes, squirrel possibly. It's really hard to pick out a trail here. I'm going to try my best. Good thing is I grew up walking through the woods. Woods even steeper than these. Maybe not so tangled up, but definitely steeper. And if it wouldn't blur the camera, I could skip through here like a mountain goat. I'm pretty confident. Yeah, it's a really overgrown field there. I'm gonna get down there and see if there's a fence. See if there's any game trail that might have look at the forest in here. It's stunning. This is an old fire road. You can see the tire tracks, tire furrows either side, but well overgrown, not maintained. Some forestry markings there on the tree. I'm gonna try and navigate this fire road out. It's just, man, it's tangled. I could get down there, but I don't want the light to fail before I get out of here. I don't have a torch or a headlamp. I hear pigeons. Wood's pretty alive. Let's just carry it back on this fire road. I mean, it's gonna lead me out of here because it would have originally. Something stepped there. Oh, that's overturned. Okay, it's quite a large foot, so maybe it's somebody like me coming off trail. As much as I'd like to, and I jokingly say everything is Bigfoot, I know that it's not. Well, I'm not passing through there. That is very, very, very thick. I mean, I could, but it's going to take me a while, and I certainly can't film it while I do it. I want to look for his impressions. So that's something could have been lying there, about the size of a deer. Yeah. This fire road is out of action for sure. And just want to get down to this field edge because, you know, predators like to be in the tree line for hunting. They hide in the tree line, they watch the deer come out, they go and they grab the deer. Getting closer, the woods are very quiet again. Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's been trampling down in here of some sort. No human. It's going to come down here. This is deer. It's so dry I can't see the spoor. That looks like possibly a fox. I'm looking for hoof marks, but something's been transverse in here. Yeah, there we go. Let me turn this around. Right there. It's hard to see, but an alarm call. It's hard to see, but that is small hoof prints. And that there's deer droppings. So we have deer. Most likely a small row coming out of here. I don't actually know, but I don't think that we have muntjac down here in Devon. When I lived in Essex, they were everywhere. You just see them in daylight in towns and stuff, like foxes almost. Oh, is that some hair? Is that a feather? That is a feather. Look, down in here. Anyway, Sasquatch is not down in here. I've never seen any report about an undercoat. Yeah, so I mean, there's obviously not a load of deer, otherwise this trail would be a lot more worn. But they're coming down here. Another prey item, and not readily and not in large number. Probably lone roe deer, a lone buck or something. Please don't look for impressions. And they're coming to this lovely, beautiful kind of, I don't know what to call it. It's got a fence. It probably was a meadow, but these spruce have dropped their cones, or the seeds have come out their cones, and we've got young spruce that have grown up in the past decade or so, and we've got older deciduous that have been here for decades. Fences down over there. It doesn't say private, keep out. So lovely blue lichen, another food source. Yep, fence is completely down. So we're going to go over. It looks like one of those fields that have been rewilded. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a very silly thing that is basically paying farmers not to farm. So we can import everything and drive all our food prices up and make everybody equally poor. That's what I think of rewilding. But this is definitely a rewilded field because it's got a fence. It was a meadow. It was a normal field. And case of these spruce, some of the I mean, that's decades since that's been there, but it's clearly not forest habitat. So oh, that's spore. Kind of looks, no, it's a piece of wood that looks burnt almost. I was going to say, it's a deer or a sheep, there's something wrong with their stomach. I'm not going to go far because I don't want to trespass. Yeah, there's deer trail down here. I don't mean to trespass, I'm just having a little exploration. And I mean, this is good for a predator because it's almost like a transition zone. You're out from the tree line. Whoa! Big hole nearly fell into. Transitions out from the forest to kind of like a field, but has all these trees grown up in it, like a rewilded area. Oh, what was that? Sounded kind of like an owl. Yeah. This looks like nests in those trees. Interesting. They all have it. Like, I've never seen that with all these trees with small bits of pine in them. It's strange. Almost like a nest. These trees, strange. Look at that. Are these nests? Too dry to see footprints. Something's moving over there. Something is moving slowly. Hear that noise? What is that? So strange. It looks like, can't imagine, it's just, you know. But these spruce are really weird in that it's like they've been coppiced, they've been cut at the top. Because they don't grow multiple trunks. I said they're deciduous and they're not. Squirrel up there. This is so bizarre. I mean, it looks like nests, or is it because of this coppicing that the branches are falling kind of into that bowl and it's looking like nests? I've never seen pines like this. Oh, that pigeon saw me and got out of the way. Where they've grown like this, where they've clearly been coppiced, which is bizarre. That means they were cut down and grew out like that. Yeah. All right, again, I don't have all the light in the world. I don't want to get lost. But this, all roads lead to Rome. This is leading back into the forest. So I'm going to head back in there. I'll catch you again in a second. Okay. That is deer scat and it's fresh today. What is that the scat of? It's not wood. It's hard, but it's scat. Honestly, it kind of looks like wild boar to me. And I don't want to run into one of them guys right now. What is that scat? Yeah, again, it's almost human looking. It's not a dog. It's to me it looks like a pig, like a boar. Get a load of that. Yeah, so we do have wild boar in Devon. So hard as a rock, but it's definitely scat. It's definitely a bit of scat. It's just very old. Grey and interesting. Again, well, I know where it is and it's not going anywhere. So, too small for Bigfoot. Doesn't look like cat. Looks like boar. So, man, I need to. It's like moving over there as well. I need to get myself out of these woods. I'll get turned around, and if there's wild boar, I'm not in the mood to face down an angry boar. Not at all. Never seen one in the UK. I know they're here. That's deer. I know they're in Devon. So I'm gonna, oh my goodness, see there, but that looks like a pig track. It's faint, but it's like the two cloven hoof and the dew claw area, or the dew hoof, whatever you call that. I think we got wild boar here. So, man, it gets so thick as well. I don't know if I can get through this easily. If I was to face down a wild boar, I'm not going to be able to outrun him here. Alright, I'm going back. This is so cool, but it's hairy as well. This is what you do if you're an adventurer. This is what cryptozoologists do. Thick, thick brush there. I mean, anything could be in there. That's probably where the boar live. Alright, I'm backing out of here. Just facing a wild boar down in there. It's not a good idea. And like I said, this is good old merry old England, where we've been disarmed by a government, so we don't threaten them. And public land, I just have a penknife and I ain't stopping a wild boar with that. Like I said, I hope to find some private forest. A nice landowner will let me in, or even buy some. Hey, listen, like, share and subscribe, folks. Donation links in the description. You never know, might get some millionaires out there interested in cryptozoology, cryptids in the UK. You fund me, we'll buy some forest, and I'll be strapped and safe. Get both my certificates. 12 gauge with buckshot is the strongest thing I'll be able to get in the UK, though, I'll tell you that. In my rifle, it's going to be like a 22 semi-auto, anything bigger. And they're all rimfire, not centerfire. Anything bigger, it's going to be bolt action, which means, you know, not very quick to reload. What I like about this place as well, yeah, they're still trampled down by deer. I think it's going to be really good, really good for not cryptid hunting, but mushroom hunting. Oh, it's hard going. You know what? It's too hard with the camera. I'm going to shut it off and see you in a second. I just stopped to say, it's not deer. This is pig rooting around. Hers are so wide, it's going uphill. Maybe this is a snout mark. Yep, I really think we've got wild boar here. Another reason to get my behind out of here quick. Okay, I'm safely back on the main trail. Whoa. That was a good workout. I haven't worked out for a while. Unless you count putting our wardrobes in 30 degrees as working out, which I guess it is. That was quite a find to find a wild boar sign. So I found something amazing. Wasn't Bigfoot, but something almost as interesting, which is sign of wild boar right here, where they're not supposed to be apparently. Man, it's hot. It's like a rainforest here tonight. I'm gonna get out of here soon. Again, I don't think anybody's around here now. Might try a couple of calls and wood knocks just for novelty. But I'm pretty much done. A little bit wheezy. So what I wanted to say is probably not say out of breath, is I need some equipment. I'm looking to get a FLIR or the high quality thermal. I prefer it standalone and it can record video. Okay, old school technology now. My SD card literally got full up with that 4K. I don't normally shoot that long, so I'm gonna walk and talk for time. I guess actually let me stop. It's a good place for a wood knot. I guess what that proves is what I was going to say, which is an appeal. I need a better camera. Cameras, more than one, maybe another GoPro, maybe a nice mirrorless style camera, or some sort of camera that will give me really good HD footage with a good battery life. And also, still out of breath. I think I saw the bracken spores. Also, I need to get some form of thermal device. I really like to get a FLIR or another high quality thermal device, preferably standalone, so I can record without my phone, and keep that for emergency calls, etc. if I get signal. And I use that for night investigation to try and get some thermal of the UK Bigfoot and alien big cats and any other cryptid lurking around here. So if you'd like to give to that, please go to the PayPal link in the description. You can give whatever you want, whatever you can afford, whatever you'd like. Again, if there's any millionaires watching, feel free to fund me as a full-time cryptozoologist. But yeah, it's issues like this where I've only got one GoPro. It's fried now. If I had another, I could switch to it, etc. And I've got no therm, so night investigations are literally just headlamps and torches at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to do a wood knock and a call. It's getting pretty late. The light is failing here. I'm sorry this is all I got, and since it's my phone now, even more so, I've got to wrap this up quickly. So here we go. Hopefully no people around that thinking I'm a weirdo. Let's give a couple of whacks. Well, I can hear voices up about 7 o'clock from where I am. Probably people on the main trail. Better to do this at night time. Don't really want to rip out a call in case anybody thinks something's wrong. You know, I'm going to leave this stick here by this tree because it's quite a strong one. Hopefully I think I'm just going to take it. Again, I enjoy what I do. I don't want to scare anybody, but what I might do is a quick whoop, because a whoop is less scary than a howl howl. Mine's pretty loud. Let's just stay quiet for a second, check there's nobody around. Whoop! That's the GoPro shutting down. Probably too early. Definitely going to be coming out here at night time in the future. I can hear the wind whipping through the trees. Let's try it one more time. Whoop! Oh, did you hear that? Sounded like an owl. Whoop. Off in that direction. 800-pound owl? Oh no, but it stirred something up. We're going to leave it at that. I don't want to scare any straggling hikers out there this time of the evening. It's quite a way after 8 o'clock now. The light is fading. So I might check back in if I do feel like an Ohio howl, but yeah, it's not likely. We'll see. Just try responding to that owl and I spooked the pigeon trying to roost big time. Let's try again. Nothing. Sorry, pigeon. Something large has been through here. Again, it could be the boar. Down that trail. Oh, that's my GoPro tripod getting caught. That's a nice little game trail in there. See that another time. Oh, I'm so tempted to do an Ohio how to see how it sounds. I just don't want to scare anybody. Anyway, what are they going to think? It's just somebody hollering in the woods. Let's give it a go. Nobody's around. Nobody. Here we go. Oh! Hearing some bird trills. Bird-like trills. Absolutely silent. That made everything go so quiet. Don't forget to look up. See anything up those big trees? All right, let's make a move. Okay, so walking out now. Maybe back at the car. It looks like it's been burnt, possibly. Yeah. Wine's out right now. There's the steep trail I didn't go down. Been out here a while. Must be well over an hour, so it's time to go. But yeah, I would only probably come here at night time. Too many people in this section in the day. And I will get to where I'm supposed to go, and hopefully there won't be an accident next time. Slowing the road down, which is quite a lot more remote than this place. Anyway, catch you all soon. Please like, share and subscribe. It's a hard hike, and we'll catch you next time for another investigation and expeditions right here in the squatchy woods of the UK on Cryptid Watch. Catch you soon, guys. God bless. Okay, the bonus footage is I came down this side trail heading south of where my car is to take a leak. It's really nice and dark in here. This looks less traveled, so this might be a good place to come back again. But as for now, nothing really to report on. Catch you guys soon.